Okay, quick question for you. What does your dog have in common with a giant blue whale and a tiny little bat? Seems kind of random, right? Well, today we're diving into the amazing world of mammals to figure out the secret checklist that connects all these incredible and super different creatures. Let's do this.
So, let's kick things off with a little puzzle. Picture this. You've got a bat so small it could literally fit in the palm of your hand. Then, you have a massive dolphin just cruising through the ocean. And on top of that, a cheetah, the fastest land animal on the entire planet. They couldn't be more different, could they? But there's one huge thing that ties them all together. Any guesses?
You got it, they're all mammals. And, being in this club isn't just a random label. There's a real, official biological checklist. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to break down exactly what it takes to earn that mammal title.
But first, to really get what mammals are all about, we need to zoom out a bit and see where they fit in the grand scheme of things, the whole animal family tree. And it all kicks off with one simple question. Does it have a backbone?
Okay, so the animal kingdom has this huge first split, and it's all about the backbone. On one side, you've got your invertebrates. Think insects, worms, jellyfish. No backbone. But on the other side, you've got the vertebrates. These are all the animals with an internal skeleton, a backbone. And that's our group. Mammals hang out here, along with birds, fish, and reptiles. You got the picture.
And even inside that vertebrate group, mammals are just, wow, they are masters of adaptation. Seriously, they've managed to live almost everywhere on Earth. You've got polar bears on the Arctic ice, and then you've got camels trekking through the hottest deserts. This incredible diversity, it's a huge part of what makes them so cool.
And speaking of diversity, let's talk about size, because this is wild. The smallest mammal in the world is the Kitti's hog-nosed bat. It's so tiny, it weighs less than a dime. Now compare that to the biggest of them all, the blue whale. We're not just talking the biggest mammal, we're talking the largest animal to ever live on this planet. It's longer than 3 school buses. That just shows you the insane range we're dealing with here.
And sticking with the blue whale for a sec, get ready for a little brain bite. Its main artery, the aorta, it's about 23 centimeters wide. To put that in perspective, a small dog could literally run through it. No joke. Just try to wrap your head around that.
Now, the source material we're looking at today gives a specific timeline for where these animals came from, based on a religious text. It explains that aquatic mammals, like whales and dolphins, were created on the 5th day. And then, on the 6th day, the land-dwelling mammals and humans came along.
All right, so what actually makes a mammal a mammal? What's the secret code? It's not just about being fuzzy. There's an official checklist of traits that every single mammal, no exceptions, shares. First up on our checklist, they're warm-blooded. And this is a total game changer. Think about it. A lizard needs to bake in the sun just to get enough energy to move. But mammals? Nope. They have their own internal thermostat. Shivering when you're cold? Sweating or panting when you're hot? That's your body regulating its temperature. It's what lets mammals thrive everywhere, from the freezing Arctic to the super hot equator.
Okay, so besides being warm-blooded, what else is on the list? Well, all mammals breathe air using lungs. Every single one has hair at some point in its life, even whales. And this is the big one. It's right in the name. Female mammals have mammary glands that produce milk to feed their babies.
Now, being your own furnace is awesome, but it takes a ton of energy, which means a ton of food. So what happens when winter hits and food gets super scarce? While some mammals have come up with one of the most incredible survival hacks ever. They hibernate. For the little guys, this is basically like hitting the pause button on life. First, they pack on the pounds, eating extra food to store up fat. Then, their whole system just slows way down. Their body temperature drops to almost freezing, their heart barely beats, and they use just enough energy to stay alive until spring. And if you thought that was cool, here's another brain bite that's gonna blow your mind. Scientists have actually recorded hibernating Arctic squirrels with body temperatures below freezing. We're talking minus 2.9 degrees Celsius. I mean, how is that even possible? It's literally cool.
But, not all hibernation is the same. Little animals, like that squirrel, go into this super, super deep sleep. But bigger animals, like bears, it's more of a light snooze. Their body temperature only drops a little bit, and you can wake them up pretty easily. Which is why, it's probably not a great idea to go poking a sleeping bear. Just saying.
Okay, next up, let's look at a couple of physical traits that are like a mammal's built-in survival kit, perfectly designed for their lifestyle. hair and teeth.
Hair is so much more than just a fashion statement. First, it's insulation, a personal, built-in winter coat. It's also camouflage, helping a tiger sneak up on its prey or a fawn hide from danger. And whiskers? Those are actually super sensitive hairs that help animals, like your cat, feel their way around in the dark. Plus, the very same stuff hair is made of, keratin, also builds claws, hooves, and even horns.
You can tell so much about a mammal just by looking at its teeth. They're like a toolkit for eating. You've got sharp incisors up front for cutting and biting plants. You've got long, pointy canines for tearing meat. And in the back, you've got big, flat molars, perfect for grinding up tough stuff. The kind of teeth an animal has is a dead giveaway about what's on its dinner menu.
So we've ticked all the boxes on the biological checklist for what makes a mammal. But the source material for our explainer goes a step further and asks a bigger, more philosophical question. It moves beyond just biology to ask what makes humans different from all the other mammals. And to explore this question, the source brings up this specific verse from the book of Genesis. The idea here is that even though humans totally fit the physical definition of a mammal, this text suggests a kind of fundamental separation.
So, the key idea being presented here is one of uniqueness. From this perspective, while we share a lot of physical traits with other mammals, humans are seen as being in a separate category. Why? Because they're said to be created in the image of God, to have a soul, and to have been given a special responsibility to look after the animal kingdom.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together. We've gone from the tiniest bats all the way to some really big questions about humanity. So let's go back to our original question. What truly makes a mammal a mammal?
It really comes down to that special recipe, that unique combo. It's the ability to make their own heat, it's having hair, breathing air with lungs, and, this is the big one, caring for their young, especially by providing milk. That's the secret sauce. That's what has allowed them to be so successful all over the planet.
I mean, think about it. Mammals live underground, they soar through the oceans, they even fly through the air. That incredible variety is just mind-blowing. So that leaves me with one last question for you. When you think about all the amazing mammals out there, what do you think is this single coolest adaptation one has ever developed? Thanks for exploring with me today.